Welcome back to the Eggman Game Review. Today we're bringing you Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos, part of our Tales of Warcraft series. Going to be rolling this out over the next couple weeks. We're having to do a workaround because Windows decided to break my audio inputs to the computer, so I've had to resort to dictating the voice over on my portable voice recorder and then drag and drop the file over to Adobe Premiere. Sound quality will be slightly degraded, but at least we're getting the job done, and I'll be able to delete some of these files off my hard drive that are piling up. So here we go. Part of the incentive of doing this series is to go back over things that happen in Warcraft 3 that are essential to what's going to take place in Battle for Azeroth. And I thought it would be a cool way to take a historical view of the game for myself and for other people that may not be familiar with the actual story. Let's go and let's watch this audio playthrough.
The sands of time have run out, son of Duratan. The cries of war echo upon the winds.
Well, that's where the video broke.
The
So,
remnants of the past scar
I'll probably re-record the cutscenes, but let's go ahead and jump into the next chapter. Those of you that didn't play Warcraft 2, there was Warcraft 2 was a big hit for Blizzard, and Diablo had came out after that, or just shortly after that, and so they took their time in making Warcraft 3, and at the same time they were developing World of Warcraft, and it took them 10 years to actually develop World of Warcraft, but I think it was time well spent. The game benefited from a long development cycle. So here we have Thrall. He's waking up from his little dream. The Prophet.
What kind of nightmare was that?
It was not a nightmare, young war chief, but a vision. Follow me, and I
Those of you that don't know, Thrall is the son of Duratan. Also, his name is Goel.
I don't know what this is all about.
It's his given orc
but I'll
name.
play along.
But he was captured by humans, and they called him Thrall.
First, select Thrall. To do this, left-click on Thrall in the main window.
The spirit.
Excellent. You seem eager to be on your way. However, you must first learn
I left
how
the
to give
tutorial
orders to
on
Thrall.
here, so
Try
those not
ordering
familiar with the
Thrall to
game
move
can
down the path towards
see
the nearby banner.
how the controls
to
work.
do this, click the Move button in the bottom right corner of your screen and then click on the banner.
Yes.
Skillfully done. However, the orc encampment is still far off. In order to reach the next banner, scroll the screen to the north by moving your mouse to the top edge of the screen.
For honor.
Very good. The path to the next banner leads through a black area. This black area represents terrain that has not been discovered yet. Notice how the black area shrinks as Thrall moves through it. This reflects areas you have explored.
Yes.
Select Thrall and order him to move to the banner in the middle of the encampment.
For honor. Loktar, my warriors. We are yours to command, War Chief.
In order to have Thrall and his troops move together, you must first select all of them.
Lokrigar.
Now that your troops are all selected, order them to move to the next banner.
Prepare yourselves. I sense a knoll ahead.
To order Thrall's forces to defeat this foul creature, select all of your troops, click on the attack button, and then click on the knoll.
Let's get on with it. Your time has come. This was only a scout, but the Knoll's camp lies just ahead.
Order your troops to perform an aggressive attack move into the enemy encampment. To do this, select all of your troops, click the attack button, and then left-click on the ground in the middle of the Knoll camp.
For honor.
Well, game's having us go through a couple of these startup procedures to learn the controls and get used to the combat.
Good job. Notice that Thrall gained a level from the experience that he earned in combat. Only heroes can acquire experience, allowing them to become incredibly powerful over time. Heroes gain a hero point whenever they advance in level. These points can be used to acquire new abilities or to improve previously learned ones. To spend Thrall's hero point, select him and click on the Hero Abilities button in the bottom right corner of your screen.
I am the War Chief.
Whenever you click on the Hero Abilities button, the bottom right corner of your screen
Definitely
changes
a
to show
useful
what
power.
abilities can be learned. To spend Thrall's hero point and learn Chain Lightning, click on the Chain Lightning button in the bottom right corner of your screen.
Yes? Let's get on with it. Yes. For honor. Warchief, we've discovered a group of Murloc raiders in the nearby river.
The Murlocs would make excellent targets for your new Chain Lightning spell. To have Thrall use his new ability, click on the Chain Lightning button and then left-click on one of the Murlocs.
Dabu.
Some monsters drop treasure when they are defeated. Treasure chests hold powerful magic items that can only be picked up by heroes such as Thrall.
Through the early parts of this video, I'm not going to comment as much so that you could hear the tutorial. But as we
This
later get
particular
into the
treasure chest
action,
contained a
I'll
useful potion of mana.
increase the
Notice
commentary.
that the potion now occupies one of Thrall's inventory slots near the bottom middle of your screen. Potions of mana can be used to replenish a hero's mana, the magic energies that allow the casting of spells such as Chain Lightning. Order Thrall's forces to explore up the river, following the banners.
I accidentally hit the button. So I wasted that spell. No big deal. One spell doesn't make one potion doesn't make a mighty army. We're a horde. We can survive. This is really the beginning of the creation of the modern horde. And it continues on through the book Cycle of Hatred, which takes place after this game. And along with the Tales of Warcraft,
Yes.
I'm going to produce some audiobooks based on the early books to line them all up in a timeline order. So you see how
The
everything
wolf howl
occurs,
signifies
both
that
in
night
video
has
and
begun.
audio order.
Be wary, my warriors. Don't let nightfall dull your senses.
Unfortunately, I got rid of my Warcraft 2 disc years ago, so I
Yes.
kind of regret it now. I knew it when I got rid of it years ago that I would regret it later. But hopefully they come out with a new version of those. There's actually a lot that happens in Warcraft 2 that is important for the modern lore. That's really where the first two wars take place. The group goes off to fight the Dark Portal, Khadgar's group, and they get lost. And it leads to the splitting of the Windrunner sisters. Illyria leaves her son behind. Her and Turelian go off and get lost. And because of the time differential where they were in Azeroth, in their lore, they spent 1,000 years away from their families. And then for the people on Azeroth, there's this huge war that takes place. And they're lost for 12 years? Almost 20 years. I think in the lore it's only 12
We'd have
years.
a fierce battle on our hands if the beast weren't sleeping.
The time between Warcraft 3 and the book Cycle of Hatred is a 3-year gap. Or the time between Warcraft 3 and
None will survive.
what is called the classic World of Warcraft Vanilla WoW is a 3-year period of time. And the book Cycle of Hatred covers that period of time. And it's important to understand that book because in the trailer to Battle of Azeroth, that's what Sylvanas references that book in her monologue.
Dabu.
With the dictation system that I'm using, the personal digital recorder, I'm having to record everything in smaller files rather than one long file,
Greetings,
which
son
I
of
normally would do.
Duradan. I knew you'd
Who
find your
appears to
way.
profit?
It was you I saw in the vision. Who are you?
In case this is the first time you're watching this, I won't reveal
I
who
know many
the prophet
things, young
is.
war chief, about you and your people. My identity at this time is unimportant. What is important is that you rally your people and leave these shores immediately.
Leave? What's this all about, human?
Human? I left my humanity behind long ago. I am something different now. Know that I have seen the future and beheld the great burning shadow that is coming to consume this world. You sense it as well, don't you?
The demons are returning.
Yes, and only by leading your people across the sea to the distant lands of Kalimdor will you have a chance to stand against them.
But how can we...
I will answer
Now,
all of
if
your
you're
questions
following
in time, young war chief.
recent
For now,
lore in
rally your
Battle for
warriors and
Azeroth,
prepare to leave this land.
this is a
We
key
will speak
moment
again.
because the
None of this
Horde's
makes sense.
reason of being in
Spirits
Kalimdor
tell
was
me
prophesized,
that I should trust him.
just like Sylvanus becoming war chief was prophesied. And thus ends our first campaign. First part of the campaign, which features the Horde. And here we go on with the story in Chapter 2.
It's been 3 days and this prophet has yet to show himself. I hope I'm not making a huge mistake by trusting you. War Chief, the clans are assembling as you ordered, but it will take them some time to reach us. Then we must prepare this camp immediately. I want my warriors to have food and proper lodgings when they arrive. Yes, War Chief. Warrior, has there been any word from Grom Hellscream? He and the Warsong clan were supposed to have been here by now. No, War Chief. We haven't heard from Hellscream in some time. Damn it, Grom. Where the hell are you?
The blinking button at the top of the screen indicates that your quest journal has been updated. To find out more about your objectives, click on the quest button.
In this part, it's going to go over how to build the barracks, how to send the peons off to get lumber and gold. And this part is crucial because this is what the new Warfront system is going to be about, where you do it at the ground level. Where when World of Warcraft was first announced, this is what
In
I
order to
thought
establish a
the
base and recruit more
PvP
troops, it
in
is
World of
necessary
Warcraft
to
is
collect
going
two
to be
different
about,
types of resources,
where
gold and lumber.
one group
To
of
learn how to
adventurers
harvest
would go
gold,
off, do the
select a
stories,
peon.
and then the PvP people would fight the battles. And the adventurers
Yes.
would be the craftsmen in
Peons can
town,
harvest gold from
building
gold
everything,
mines, such as
or
the one
collecting the
located
lumber,
here.
collecting the
To
gold.
begin collecting gold,
And,
select your peon and right-click on the gold mine.
That way you'd have one group feeding the other group
Once a
in
peon has
the
been
player
ordered to
economy.
harvest gold, you will automatically travel back and forth between the gold mine and your closest great hall. Here are a few additional peons. To increase the rate of gold collection, order them to harvest from the same gold mine. The amount of gold that you currently
That's the way I
possess
think
is
the game
displayed in
should
the
work.
upper right portion of your screen.
PvP should
As
have a
peons return
separate
to your great hall with gold, your gold stockpile
equipment
increases.
that are built by people in the game, the craftsmen.
Now that
And
your
then
gold income is steady,
that's how they're
you will
armed
want
in the
to
game,
produce
and
additional peons to construct the rest of your base.
one side of the
To train a
game
peon,
will
first
feed the other
select your
side.
great hall.
And that way you have
There
a
is
true
now a
symbiotic
train
relation
peon
between the
button located in
PvP
the
people
command
and the
card near
PvE
the bottom
people.
right corner of the screen. To begin training a peon,
But we'll
simply
see.
click this button.
Come August, with the reality of that.
Training a unit takes time. When your great hall is selected, you can see a progress indicator in the bottom middle portion of your screen.
Ready to work.
In order to support a larger population, additional orc burrows will have to be constructed. Burrows provide the food that allows you to train more troops. To construct a burrow, select one of your peons.
What do you want?
Now, click on the Build Structure button in the command card. Notice that additional buttons are now available in the command card. To construct an orc burrow, click on the Build Orc Burrow button. Now move the mouse to where you want the building to be placed. Once you have found an appropriate location, left-click to begin construction.
Hear the woof.
Can't build there. Work, work.
Thrall's little woof guy,
In order
he's
to
still
produce
alive in the
additional
lore.
buildings, you must gather more
He
lumber
was
from
in,
the nearby forests.
The
To
book
harvest
Warcraft.
lumber, select
out
the
riding.
peon and right-click on a nearby
Or
tree.
she. He's out riding the wolf.
Yes.
And Pandoria there, while they were waiting for the trial to start.
Okie dokie.
Now that your peon has been assigned to gather lumber, he will automatically travel back and forth between the forest and your closest great hall. Well-placed war mills can increase the efficiency of your lumber harvesters. Try ordering a peon to construct a war mill near where your peons are chopping wood.
A well-placed war mill. Dun, dun, the factory.
Now that your burrow has been completed, the peon who built it can be assigned to a new task. To increase the rate of which you collect lumber, train additional peons and assign them to harvest from the forest.
In the feudal system of Europe, the warrior class was the highest class of citizen. And then below them was the merchants.
Ready to
and then
work.
below them were all the serfs, or what
Yes.
in this game they refer to as peons. At least on the Horde side. That
Work,
system
work.
still exists on the Alliance side, but they just call them different things. 3-tier structure. Communists just love that structure.
Ready to work. Work complete. What do you want? Be happy to.
As I
War
said
mills
earlier,
contain various
I'm not going
upgrades
to
that can be
comment as
researched
much
to improve your troops.
to this part
To
of
see
the
what upgrades
tutorial.
are available, select your war mill. All available upgrades appear as buttons in the War Mill's command card. To research an upgrade, left-click on the one you want to purchase.
I think it's better to let the tutorial play out.
Congratulations,
So that everyone can
you have
see
accumulated enough gold and
how the
lumber
game
to
is
construct
actually
a barracks.
played.
This will enable you to train additional troops for your army. To construct a barracks, select a peon, click on the Build Structure button, and click on Build Barracks.
Can't build there.
Continuing on. At this point, I'm not sure if I haven't played a game in a long time. I'm not sure if I'm placing these units in the right strategic place. I'm just plopping them down in the most convenient place.
Research complete.
For me, the building aspect of this game is the best part. Not necessarily the fighting. I like building the units, I like moving the units around, the tactical aspect. But the fighting part of it is, for me, rather small. It's significant, but for me it's not the part I enjoy about the game the most.
Work complete.
Now that your barracks is complete,
It's
you can begin
fascinating
training
that
grunts
even
to
after
reinforce your army. To train a grunt,
all
first
the years that
select your
this game
barracks.
has been out, it's still enjoyable.
Research complete.
I still play this game, and I still play
Now click on the Train Grunt button in the
Railroad
command bar.
Tycoon 2, Railroads, and
Continue producing grunts until you reach your quest requirement.
I still play Axis and Allies 2. I would love to play Command and Conquer, but I can never find people to play with.
My life for the Horde.
For the Horde. I'm going to try to move the mic a little further away from my head so I don't sound as loud. I do have the mic set to dictation, which should filter out
Something
all
to
the
doing?
noise further
My
away
life
from
for the Horde.
where I'm at, but it's not perfect. My life for the Horde. I'm more of a Forsaken guy. I love Warcraft 3 because it's really the origin of the Forsaken. And as a Forsaken player, it's the one I like the most. The species I like the most. I know they say race, but that's not an accurate term. It's a species.
You have just placed a rally point for your structure. Whenever a unit finishes training from this building, he will automatically travel to the rally point's location. To place a rally point, select one of your unit-producing structures and right-click on the ground where you want the rally point to appear.
The only downfall to recording in this manner is that I have to turn all the fans off. And in Florida, it gets really hot and humid in the room with all the devices
Work
that are
complete.
on. It generates a
Double.
lot of heat. But it's worth it. If things goes right, I gotta get 3 videos produced tonight so I can process them while I'm at work over the next few days and get them uploaded to YouTube by Monday. Then I'll be right on, back on track with my weekly video series. I'm targeting to get the game of Paranormal Activity for the PC. I can't stream that, but I think I just can record the footage and post it later.
My life for the Horde.
One of the reasons why I want to get all these videos done is they take up a lot of room on
My life for
the
the
hard
Horde.
drive because you have to store them as a AVI file with fraps, and once you get the film
You
process
orcs
or
are in
video
violation
process,
of
then
the
you
Alliance
can
in
delete all
Termina.
that out and
We've already captured
reclaim
one
all
of your
your
leaders. If you surrender
hard
now,
drive spaces
we'll
back.
spare your lives.
War Chief, they say they've captured one of our leaders. Maybe they're referring
What
to
is
Grog.
cool with this game
I
and all
hope
these
not.
places
But if they have captured Hellscream, I'll make them regret it.
is
Loktar Ogar! Come, my warriors! We must drive the humans back! Our town is under attack!
what is cool with this is that all these places exist in
What do you want?
World of Warcraft now,
I can do that.
the old world. peons are kind
My
of cool.
life for the Horde. Our town is under attack.
I can do that. We know what's up happening to the ground. Hellscream. Yeah, the sun, Gorosh, Hellscream.
The wretched humans have been destroyed.
Move Thrall and the rest of your forces across the bridge and locate Grom.
Loktar.
One of your structures was damaged during the fight. To repair a damaged building, select a peon, click the repair button, and then left-click on the desired structure.
Something need doing?
They need doing. Sounds like Yoda. The only hard part about Warcraft 3 and all these real-time strategy games is remembering what all these buttons do.
Yes.
It's not as many buttons as in World of Warcraft, but still, it's a bit of buttons. I tend to forget who I assigned to do what.
Build more burrows.
Especially as the map scrolls along. From this point on, this is where the game starts to pick up more adventure, a lot of
Yes.
energy, and less tutorial.
Suck. The spirits are restless. For honor.
For the honor
Narrow.
of Grayskull.
For Doomhammer.
Thrall's a pretty violent guy for a peacekeeper, or someone who believes in peace.
Yes.
Let's go kill these guys. As a horde, I left no structure
For
standing.
honor.
That's what Sylvanus would do. Windmill's not clickable, so it got lucky. The artwork in this game is really good, I think, for the time period.
None
For
will
today,
survive.
it gets the job done. It's kind of nostalgic. It's really cool.
Your time has come. Yes.
Just break down this gate.
For honor.
Boo, Alliance. For the Horde.
Yes. Look, Naru! Your time has come. For Doomhammer!
Kill them all. Kill them all.
Look, Naru!
The last half of this game is all basically Sylvanus and Forsaken.
Huh? I am the war chief.
Now the goal of Tales of Warcraft is we're going to put in chronological order where World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3, World of Warcraft, and all the books and comic books fall into place. So as we add more videos to the playlist, they're going to be in chronological order of how it occurred in the timeline of the lore. So that's what we're hoping. I want to try to get the cut
Doomhammer!
straightened out. I'm going to try to do that tonight after I get the audio.
Dabu. Look, regard, God. The spirits are restless. None will survive. For Doomhammer!
None will survive. For the Doomhammer. I don't know, I'm more of a dagger and wand. I always play warlocks, so I favor daggers the most, and then wands are...
None will
I
survive.
don't really like wands because I think it's too magey-like, but I use them because it's
Yes,
cheap range
War
weapon.
Chief.
But I always prefer daggers. I think warlock would be more of a dagger kind of person.
I am the War Chief.
When you control multiple spellcasters at the same time, it often
Or
becomes
short sword.
necessary to quickly switch between them to cast their individual spells. By using the subgroup interface, you can do so without having to try to select them individually. Notice that the currently selected units are displayed in the bottom middle portion of your screen by little portraits. One of the unit portraits is highlighted with a yellow glow. This means that it is the currently activated subgroup. You can switch between subgroups by pressing the tab key or left-clicking on one of the portraits that is not highlighted. This activates that subgroup and displays their spells in your command card.
That's kind of cool.
For honor. For Doomhammer!
So, good afternoon. Knocking out a few Alliance weaklings. Thought it was a good day. Lord around. We know all these guys become traitors. turn on Silver Moon. Grey May ends up hiding behind his wall. The Pandurians run back to their little island. Who's left to fend for themselves? Sylvanus. Now they wonder why she hates them all. I wonder why.
None will survive.
None will survive.
Horde!
Your army has grown to such a large size that it now requires a portion of your income to sustain it. This maintenance cost is referred to as upkeep.
What we call taxes. One thing that you'll notice if you used to play a game a long time ago and you hadn't played it in a while, you slowly remember like bits and pieces of the game, and you forget like core concepts, and then part way through the game it all comes back. And you're like, oh yeah, I remember what. It's usually after you get like beaten down or killed, then you remember, oh yeah, now I know why not to do that. That's how it always works out.
How can I help?
We finished pretty strong.
Right away.
The Horde. Right now I'm lucky I bought the
Power
to
to the
Warrior
Horde.
College, and I graduated in 2013, so haven't had to use it in a
War
while,
Chief,
but now
we found where they're holding
my money's
Grog,
worth out of
but
it.
the area is protected by fortified guard towers. Then destroy them. Hellscream must be freed.
a gate will not stop the Horde. Little alliance gate.
Yes. For the Horde. Lightning. We're under
First we
attack.
take down the guard tower.
Thunder.
Then we take the other one down.
Let's
Then
get
we
on
take
with
the
it.
final one down.
What you want? Time to die.
Interesting how the guy said time to die died. I guess he knew the end was near.
Lokrigar, no
Going to get his line in to the movie.
Grom, are you all right?
It's a Grom
I'm
Hellstream.
fine, little brother. Luckily, they only injured my pride.
Great, because we're getting out of here now. We're leaving the human lands for good.
Finally, follow me. I have an idea. We can set sail on the humans' own ships.
Perfect. But we'll need to wait for the rest of the Horde. The Horde is assembled, War Chief. We await only your command.
Now, go, young thrall. Sail west to the lands of Kalimdor.
Sail away to
It is
Kalimdor.
there that you will find your destiny. It is there that your people's salvation will be assured.
See, as I said earlier, it was prophesied that the Horde would be on Kalimdor, just as it was prophesied that Sylvanus would become War Chief. And thus ends our first episode of Tales of Warcraft. We'll be back next week. Enjoy and take care. Bye-bye.